Even though all of us love big LEGO sets, they can overshadow some of the best hidden gems. A story I have heard many times is when a person was growing up, they were given a small set here and there as a reward or on their birthday or Christmas. These small, cheap sets are the reason many of us are into LEGO to this day. For me, it was one of these small sets that made me the castle fan I am. Now, before I dive into the castle set that started all for me, I want to add a bit of context. We need to go back to the year 2000. For LEGO fans, this was the introduction of Life on Mars, Knight's Kingdom 1, and Dino Island. But on June 15th of that year, little Brad was born. Little did his parents know what they were in for. Because later in life, this kid would not shut up about LEGO Castle. Like, oh my gosh, can you just talk about anything else? Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. I was the youngest of 6 and had 4 older brothers who were into LEGO. They were definitely a major reason of why I fell in love with LEGO. I inherited their entire LEGO collection, but not a single set survived since they all loved tearing apart the sets to make their own mocks. Nothing wrong with that. The first 2 sets that I could call my own I didn't get till my 7th birthday. They were 2 sets from Exoforce, Cyclone Defender, and Claw Crusher, which were given to me by my siblings. I was definitely very lucky that I got a good and bad guy set. I remember how much fun and how many stories I had with these 2 sets. These were the kind of sets I grew up on. These small sets I'd either get as gifts or would buy for myself because it's what I could afford. Even though I'd love to dive into the topic of Exoforce way more on this channel, that's not the point of this video. Because of this, I have a soft spot in my heart for these smaller sets. One of these smaller sets always stuck out to me growing up. 7950 Night Showdown was a $5 set from 2010's LEGO Kingdoms. This was my first and only castle set I had as a kid. One of my favorite things about this set is that it came with stuff for 2 different factions. For the Lion Kingdom side, it came with a Lion Soldier who is equipped with a short sword, tournament helmet with red feather, and Lion Knight shield. It also came with a small catapult that fired 1x1 cylinders. Overall, the catapult's design is pretty simple, but it's very charming. On the other side, the Dragon Kingdom is given a small stand in their colors that has a gold flag and holds a pearl dark gray sword. The Dragon Knight that came in this set was just awesome. He has a pearl dark gray tournament helmet with a dark green feather. His torso and legs are this awesome armor printing. He also carries an axe, which is great because it means you get an extra weapon. This one small set inspired me so much as a kid. I used other figures in my collection to build up armies for both sides. I remember building medieval buildings that I used to advance the story of these 2 factions. It's the reason why I love small sets like this. They give you enough to spark the imagination and make you want to try to build out the world around the set. I remember another small set from Kingdoms I always wanted was Blacksmith Attack. This is another small set that will always stick with me even though I never owned it. I did try many times to build it out of my own parts because I thought it was so cool. The set that did eventually push me over the edge for Castle was in 2021, when I was an adult that was actually making money. The LEGO Ideas Medieval Blacksmith was my second castle set. Because of the set, I started buying up every LEGO Castle set I could get my hands on. It also made me want to learn more about LEGO Castle. But when I couldn't find many good YouTube videos on the topic, I decided, hey, you know what? Why don't I just make them? Because of that, I started Tavern Talk, a series diving into the lore and history of LEGO Castle, which helped me grow on YouTube. Even though it was the Ideas Blacksmith that made me go over the edge, it was the small LEGO Kingdom set that put me down this path. Night Showdown had such an impact on me and made me start to fall in love with the world of LEGO Castle. I mean, it had such an impact that I've bought in almost every LEGO Kingdom set, even buying a Blacksmith Attack to fulfill that childhood dream. Because I thought the Dragon Kingdom Knight was so cool, and because my favorite color is green, the 2010 Dragon Knights became my favorite faction to the point I own more than 100 minifigures for that faction. This is why I believe solid small sets are so important, because they give you an easy and cheap way to test the waters of a theme before you dive fully into it. Whether you are a kid or an adult, you can enjoy a small part of the hobby we all love and not go bankrupt. It's why I wish LEGO would make cheap castle sets these days. No matter what, no matter how deep we dive into the LEGO rabbit hole, for many of us, this journey started with a small set that turned into a roaring river. Let me know in the comments down below what set started this journey for you.